Hey there. So this is my response to discussion 8 in Digital Nation. So the thing I'm identifying from the documentary is the virtual reality slash virtual reality, how it changes this portion. They talk about the the trend basically of how, well, they say basically if it looks real, it feels real, the brain is gonna think it's real. So personally, it's not new to me. I've found that this has been the case, and especially when it comes to kids and teens, that say you're around a bunch of people who are sick. If you start thinking you're sick, if you're going to start feeling like you're sick, and sometimes you actually it can cause a physiological response to where you end up actually becoming sick, or what's it called, I can't remember the name, but a false pregnancy. Like, there has been cases, I can't remember what the condition is named, but where women actually, they believe they're pregnant, you know what I'm saying, with their whole heart, like they whole heart and brain, they truly believe it, and they start having symptoms like their stomachs start actually swelling up and getting bigger, or like nausea and indigestion, and basically actual symptoms when they were never actually pregnant. They just the belief was so strong it caused a physiological response. But I guess this is interesting or new because I've never applied it to virtual reality, since I've never really I've done some virtual reality, I think, a game before, but it was a long time ago when it was more still kind of coming out. But I guess I just have never thought that much about it. What made it interesting about this information was when they started talking about kids, basically, where they were doing simulations with younger children, with them swimming with whales. And like they said, they showed before, and they asked the kids, like, have they ever actually done it, and the little boy was like, no, I haven't. And they said they found that 50%, like 50%, y'all, that's a lot. But 50% of the kids actually believed that they had a memory, or that they had actually swum with whales. Like, at this point, they could not tell the difference between a game and reality. I won't say that, it became a part of their reality. Like, they actually believed this happened. So I guess how this affects my life, I guess I have been working with kids for a while, and I have, like, last semester I took a class where I did find out, according to more recent research, it was a psych class, basically according to more recent research, younger children do have a hard time differentiating the things that they see on TV from reality. So, oh no, okay, good. So say they're watching a movie where a person has never swam before, and they just jump in the water and start kicking their legs, and they're doing it. So that means this kid might not be able to know the difference between that. Is not something that is real. That is a skill that you have to learn, and that's not going to just magically appear. And who's to say that, you know what I'm saying, that kid doesn't go out and decide, oh, I'm going to jump in the pool. That kid did it, you know what I'm saying, I can do it too. And I feel like that's the line between reality and virtual reality that's when it becomes a problem. Because it can cause I feel like it could cause dangerous situations, like, especially when it comes to kids. Like I say, it's a little different for adults and, older people, but for kids who are still developing schemas, who are developing schemas in a sense of self, I think it's a really big influence on them. So that's especially with, like, I have nephews, and like I said, I'm always around kids, like, usually from work. So that's something I really do look at, and something I'll really be looking at more, especially with games. I'm already very cautious with games, I ain't gonna lie to you. I gotta see the game before you're allowed to play. But yeah, because they can, like I said, a younger kid can play this game and just, it's not, like I say, not just imitating, it's that also they can be desensitized to it. Like kids can like take stuff as normal. Like if you ever seen a kid, they take stuff as normal like that. So if a little kid is only, taking hints about, let's say, relationships from GTA, it's gonna be pretty violent and not very like communicative or anything. If they're, let's say in this, say this, if there's no one around actually teaching them that no, this isn't real life, no, this isn't how you actually do it, this is just an entertainment portion of the game. So how do I feel about this potential effect? I've already said that a little bit. Basically, I think there are positives to it. I think there could be positive applications to like virtual reality. So like, people could do things that they may have never done or never get the chance to do. Like a disabled person without the use of their legs in a wheelchair could go swimming. You know what I'm saying? Something that maybe they have never done before. And it could allow them to experience something that they otherwise wouldn't. It could open their mind more to things, or just make them actually feel more confident about themselves and about doing things. But it can also feel terrified about it at the same time, because you also have to think about the very negative implications of stuff like this. So let's think about like child soldiers, which has been like a topic in the news before. If y'all don't know, I'm talking more about African child soldiers who were like kidnapped from villages and stuff like that. But let's say somebody decides to become technically efficient with it, which people are doing now in today's world, and they create a virtual world where kids basically are, the goal for them is to run around, kind of like, I guess, like, what is the name of it, like Call of Duty. They run around, basically they are taught to how you're supposed to disarm and hurt somebody, and even possibly kill, or shooting guns, and what I'm saying, all those skills. And then like I said, they develop this idea that, one, I have done this before. I'm not terrified to go out and do it. Or maybe I am a little bit, but not really as much as I would be, because I think I've done it before, right? You know what I'm saying? I've had practice, I got the skills, I can do it. Like, you can really create some terrifying scenarios. Let's say it's let's not even make it that extreme. Let's say the games become really, really politically or racially or patriarchally or whatever. Basically, they have these undertones. So if I'm running around in a game and the game is designed to where, let's say, all Hispanics are running around with the same stereotype of there's like them with kids, and what's some more stereotypes, them with kids and like tacos, and basically stereotypes. And this is what becomes. And if kids are playing this game, or honestly even older kids playing this game, if they don't have any experience or any memory or any introduction exposure in the real world of different people or different political views or different, societies, this is what they think is real. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you watch TV, especially of different countries, if you constantly sing the same thing over and over and over and over again, you've never been there, and you've been watching this since you were younger, you might not admit it, but some aspects of it you might actually believe to be true. Even if you've never been there, you have no confirmation it's true. Your mind starts to believe it's true, because that's the only source of information it has. So yeah, I think this could be some very positive, but also some very negative. implications in the future with virtual reality, especially with manipulating experiences and emotions, because experiences and emotions are how we frame who we are as people. And you could literally change how a person sees themselves or how they see other people, which could really, it could do really good things or it could do some really bad things in the future. Okay, so I think that's it.